Coming to you live from digital address GA0992539 in Kokomemli, Accra, on DSTV channel 421 and GoTV channel 144. The show is JoyNews Interactive, and our social media handles for Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram is JoyNews on TV. My name is Selina Ampo. Now let's talk about money. Don't you just love money? Well, the Bank of Ghana says it will issue upgraded and security-enhanced new banknotes with improved features. The new notes will be circulated on May 6, 2019, and according to the statement issued by the Bank of Ghana on Monday, the banknotes will come with some improved durability and machine readability. Let's show you what these notes look like. Yes, so these are the notes. These are the notes that will be in the system in some few days. Now, these new notes will be coexisting with a series of banknotes already in the system. Let's listen to Joy News' Philip Nafuri, who is explaining the features of these new notes.
If you look at the 10 notes, there's a portion at the bottom here where there's a little box. That's going to be replaced with a cowrie. Then if you look at the 20 Ghana notes, that's going to be replaced with a star, so right around this portion. And if you look at the 50 Ghana cedi notes, that's going to be replaced with a cocoa pod. So these are three new distinct features on the 10, 20, and 50 Ghana cedi notes. Other features also come on the other ones, such as the 1 Ghana cedi, the 2 Ghana cedis, and the 5 Ghana cedis. For example, if you look here, new enhanced security thread, rapid. It's a shiny broken line with movement that runs through the banknote from the top to the bottom. And this is exactly what they're talking about right here. So they're going to enhance this line that comes from the top of the note right down here. This is also going to be enhanced on all the 6 notes. Then we also have a prominent watermark, and that's the image of Tete Kwashe with a cocoa pod, which has been made more noticeable in the plain star area of the banknote. It becomes visible on both sides when viewed against light. The denomination value can also be seen in the watermark area. So if I take up my 5 Ghana cedi notes and I hold it up against the light, you can see Tete Kwashe in here with a cocoa pot. But if you look at the commemorative 5 Ghana cedi note, it's a bit different. That has James Kweji Agri on it. That's different from what we are using here when it comes to the main 5 Ghana cedi notes. So these are some of the features that we're going to be seeing on the Ghana cedi notes, the 6 of them: 1 Ghana, 2, 5, 10, 20, and 50. And to note, it's not a replacement.
He said it is not a replacement. So those cedi notes will be coexisting with the ones already in the system. Now let's hop on to Facebook to read some of the comments on the new cedi notes that will be coming into the system. And we have Seth Akagla, who says, a clear case of printing press economy where governments run to the central bank to print money to support borrowings and current expenditure. This is the real definition of Ghana beyond aid. And Kweku Guda says, tell Bank of Ghana to show us the place they sell some of that printing machine. Hey, Kweku. And Joyce says, Ghanaians have issues with everything. How do we develop as a nation without upgrading? We are getting behind, though. People complain, ATMs stealing their monies because most monies in Africa don't have ATM sensors. So now improving textures and insulating security sensors too. People get issues with that. So now how do we develop? Very interesting question, Joyce Duku. And Stephen Kwabna says, another avenue for chop chop and to accumulate money for 2020 campaign. And Fatima says, our money, Oga Kalipo de chopam basa basa. And Justice Peter says, I'm sure a time will come and Ghana government will start changing the names of its citizens without their knowledge. Every day, there is something new. Well, still on money matters, Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote, has disclosed at which point he was convinced that he had money. According to him, it wasn't after he had withdrawn $10 million cash from his bank that he was sure of his wealth. Whew. Can you do that? Let's watch his interview.
0, 0 is not here or there.
But I don't even look at that at all.
You don't even like it, but it's okay. But when you made your first million or 5 million, well, how we deal with that? When you made your first million or 5 million or...
You know, the way it is that when you first start business, your target is to make your first million. You know, okay, fine, I did that. But you know, after, you know, a year or so, I realized that, look, I have much more than 12, 13 billion, you know, and I said, okay, fine, all these numbers are just written numbers.
Yeah.
You know, and one day I went to a bank.
Yeah.
You know, at that time there were no restrictions of this, and I wrote a check and cash $10 million, and I took it home.
For yourself?
For myself, yes.
You cashed $10 million from the bank?
Yes.
Yes, and took it?
I put it in the boot of my vehicle, and I went home, and I opened it, and I look at 10 million. I said, that, okay, fine, now I believe I have money. You know, I know.
So you put this in the bed and you slept all night on top of it. You made love to your money.
It was in the boot of my
car.
You know, car.
Yeah.
But I brought it, and I went there by myself. I drove myself to the bank. I cashed the money, and you know, I put it in my room, and I looked at the money, and I took it back to the bank the next day.
Can I ask you how much money you have in your wallet today?
Today?
Yeah. How much money you have in your pocket?
You'll be very, very surprised. I don't even have, not even $1, nothing.
You have no money on you?
Nothing. Nothing.
Well, that's Aliko Dangote, $10 million US. I wish I had that. But let's read some few comments on that video. And we have behind me, I have Idrisu Abdullah, who says most educated people in Ghana lack financial literacy. Our educational system is designed to train us to become employees, but not employers. Finally, to achieve this height, let's identify people who have the same business ideas as ourselves, form a group, put our little resources together, and start joint businesses. So he's giving some tips on how we can become the next Aliko Dangote. And Kweko Paris says, grow to become one yourself. The world is yours. Take up the mantle. Very motivational. And Hamza Mohammed says, it's possible if Ghanaians stop pulling each other down just because of politics. Look at what is happening to the Ghanaian-owned banks and other big businessmen, trying just to bring them down instead of helping them stand strong. In fact, politics is disturbing the businessmen who could have grown to that extent. Well, it's time for us to take a breather, and we will be back. Welcome back from that short break. You're still watching Joy News Interactive. Now, there's this trending video of Ghanaians in the UK at a town hall meeting asking government officials very interesting questions. If you haven't seen that video, let's take a look and maybe we'll take some reactions.
So, to Mr. Attorney General or Deputy Attorney General, you made mention about various corruption issues that are being prosecuted. We are aware that recently Anas Armiyaw Anas came out with a documentary involving one gentleman here taking cash gifts when he was entrusted to work towards elimination of Galamsey. Now I want you to tell me what specific measures have been done about that gentleman too, Mr. Bisiu. And he's here sitting with us.
Yes, please.
Is he here with our tax money, with you as government delegation?
Thank you.
Or he came on his own?
Thank you.
And secondly,
Just one question, sir.
Being done
one question, sir.
to eliminate the quality of gift taking among government appointees?
Thank you.
Can you imagine it if you were Charles Bisiu? How would you feel? Now let's hop onto Facebook to read some of the comments. And we have Prince Robertson, who starts with a laughing emoji. He says, "This one weak me," and he is here with us. Did he come on his own with taxpayers' money? That was the question. And Samson, who says, did he come on his own or with the taxpayers' money? The dude never goes sleep after the program. And we have Feni, who says, you guys should also let us know the answer from the deputy minister. And Razak says, some people were born bold and fearless. Takes a lot of boldness to ask that question. And Manuel, the first, says, they will always cover themselves up. Shameless government. And Clifford says, ha 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 ha, I love enter toilet. If you have old man as president, these are some of the disgrace government is likely to face. And John Paul says, when you want to expose them, the moderator will cover them up. Well, do you think what the young man did was right? If you feel like it was right, you can drop us a comment on all our social media platforms. It's Joy News on TV. Now, you know, on Tuesdays, we like to pick your brains and find out what you are thinking. It's time for us to do Tuesday Thoughts. And Lifa Van says, realize that life sucks when one doesn't have a purpose and a motive in life. Hashtag Tuesday Thoughts. Hashtag Tuesday Motivation. And Mr. Hooper says, people who only want to hear their own voice and don't listen to others will eventually be left with people who have nothing to say. Hashtag Tuesday Thoughts. And Anand says, your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. This is a quote from Steve Jobs. And hashtag Tuesday Thoughts. And Pronyang says, it's not what you look at that matters, it is what you see. There's a quote from Henry David Thoreau. What do you see? He's asking, what do you see? Hashtag Tuesday Thoughts. And Daniel Edwards says, a man who runs behind a car gets exhausted. Hashtag Tuesday Thoughts. Okay, exhausted. I get it. And Baby Dennis says, the more capable you see yourself, the more things you will take on, the more you will learn, the more confidence you will gain, and the more you will feel like you are actually participating in the journey of your own life. How capable do you see yourself? He's asking us a question. And hashtag Tuesday Thoughts. And Mugo John says, there is always someone that is going to be better than you in this life, either financially, marriage life or relationships, or physically. Comparison is the thief of joy. Content is the wealth of nature. Hashtag Tuesday Thoughts. Hashtag Tuesday morning. Hashtag Tuesday Thoughts. And we have Mikhail, who says, sometimes it's great to breathe and forget about everything. Hashtag Tuesday Thoughts. And Relaxing Lavender says, hashtag Tuesday Thoughts. Perfect. Nobody's perfect. Stop trying to be perfect. Let it go. Yes, let it go. Be you and be proud of you. Hashtag well-being. Hashtag look after you.